a WordPress site, Wix or Squarespace, but you're not quite getting customers and leads to your site. It's like an overview to try and help you. I'm just going to move the Zoom window out of the way so I can actually change the page here.
Those shorts are, I mean,
interesting, yeah. So yeah, the aim is to demystify the term marketing funnel. Everyone says like sales funnel, marketing funnel, or similar, and it's about to give you some simple steps you can do for yourself to kind of boost revenue over lockdown and to try and bring us all out of this crisis we've been in. Yeah, this is all going to be on my website under marketing guide, so there's no reason to write anything down. It is quite wordy, so you can use it as a reference point. So I've tried to include everything that you'll need inside the slides as well. I offer a free 30-minute clinic, so if you like any of the ideas, want to have a chat, just get in touch and we can have a 30-minute Zoom to go over it. And at every point, if you can, actually Angela's just joining, I'll just let her in. Hi Angela, thanks for joining. Yeah, so it's an introduction to the marketing funnel. We can have a one-to-one, and if you can, try and think about your own business. So when we say looking at attracting and nurturing customers, try and think about how that applies to you in your current position. So there's 7 kind of steps. The setup, which is really the very basics of the planning. Understanding where your customers are and how you can reach them. Preparing, so obviously your social media channels, your website, making sure everything's ready for when you go live. And then understanding what success actually means for you, understanding what your goals are, how many clients you need to make each month, how much money you need to make each month. And then the 3 areas of the funnel, which is your attract, engage, and delight. And so we'll go through that step by step, but really it's only the 5, 6, and 7 that you'll need to do on like a regular basis, these ones here. So to start with, yeah, if you haven't before, you have to have your Google Analytics and Search Console set up. They're quite easy. They're free accounts with Google. They're quite easy to do. It just means you can monitor traffic. You can monitor what's going on with your website, basically. And then if you're a multi-level marketer or if you're looking at building up a customer base, it's really helpful to have some kind of a CRM. I use HubSpot free account, and it means you can. Everyone who emails you, everyone who goes to your site can sit inside a dashboard and you can monitor the relationships. So rather than using Excel or a notebook or a diary, you have a live stream of every contact that you've made. So yeah, for analytics, it's a really advanced tool, but what you need to focus on, where are your visits coming from? Are they coming from social media or networking events or any ads you're doing? How long they're staying on your site? If they're going to certain pages, they might go to your services page and then to your contacts, or they might just find a page and leave instantly. So working out what's making them leave as well is quite important. And then also new versus returning. So it's great to get a load of new business, but it's about them coming back, even paid customers coming back to your site and repurchasing from you if that's the way your site works. So yeah, this, again, happy to talk through this with anyone, but this is the overview of acquisition overview, looking at where your leads are coming from, whether it's your social media, organic search, your newsletters, you might be doing some PPC. This gives you a clear snapshot of what's working over which days. And it also shows you not only the channel, but referrers. So if you linked on the YBC website, it will show you how many leads come from the YBC site to your website itself. And then again, this is the audience overview. So this is more about how long they're on your site for, how many page views, what devices they're using. For example, if everyone goes to your site via mobile or iPad, you want to make sure that your site looks best on those devices. So I can see here that, yeah, 375, most people are coming from like an Android or iPhone. And then, so once you know who's going to your site and where they're coming from, you want to make sure that you have the right kind of search queries, the right everything set up so you can be found on Google. So Google Search Console is a free bit of software. You set it up when you launch your website, and then it gives you all of your usability kind of tools. It'll basically tell you how people are finding you, what pages they're going to, and what people are searching for on Google to get to you. So you might be selling energy, but they might be looking for save money in the home rather than directly energy prices. So it helps you to know what words to put on your site to get the most customers. So yeah, once you've got your Google products set up, it's about getting HubSpot or another CRM. So this looks at tracking anyone who sends you an email from social media, from advertising, any phone calls, any meetings you have, and any forms. Like if someone fills out a form on your site, do you keep that in an Excel, or do you actually track it and put it in with the customer journey? So to give you an example, HubSpot is about finding strangers, making them into prospects, turning those prospects into customers. And then once they bought from you, you want to kind of delight them and make them into promoters. So get them to refer you, to recommend you to other people. And you can see here with HubSpot, basically you've got a number of contacts over the year. You can see which, I can now see that obviously July last year I had 100 new leads. And then you look at where they're coming from. So whether it's offline, direct traffic, social media, organic search. So again, all of this is really the kind of the planning thing that can be set up once and left working in the background. It's actually Google Analytics, Search Console, and HubSpot. So once you've done that, you really want to think about, where are your clients or customers? Are they normally sitting on social media? Are they on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram? Are they engaging with you in email campaigns, or are they at networking events? So that way, once you use all the tracking devices to know where your business is coming from, you think about how you're going to target them, whether it's on Zoom, through SEO, through surveys, or through events like Eventbrite, Meetup, Nextdoor, and Quora. Actually, you mentioned Nextdoor. I actually get quite a lot of business from there through recommendations. So it's a good place. You can list yourself for free as a business, and you can kind of get people in the local area to recommend and to share what you're doing. Again, yeah, don't be afraid to ask. And for a lot of us, because we're small businesses helping other small businesses, you can think like your customer, and you can kind of gauge what's working for you, what kind of channels you like to use as well. And when I say a channel, I mean like a method of communication. So whether it's social or your email. So once you've done that, you look at your competitors. Everyone's got kind of like the top 3 to 5 competitors that you benchmark against. So if you're a web design company, or if you're clothing or health, for example, I work with a lot of therapists, and we start by looking at other therapists' websites, working out what's working for them and trying to replicate the winning formula. You can use tools, I can give you a list, but like Trello, Pocket, and Pinterest, where you can capture ideas. You can say, oh, I like that marketing campaign, or I like the design they've put out. And you want to base, maybe when you're getting started, base some of your marketing around what you like that's in the marketplace. Obviously, yeah, focus what gets the most engagement. If someone's shouting on social media, they're not getting much back, it's a bit useless. If they're getting more likes and more shares and comments, that's kind of where you want to focus your time. And yeah, this can run through PR pieces, ad campaigns, content, social media, anything that comes into you like, just try and keep a record of it. And then you'd be surprised how many people aren't consistent. So their website, for example, someone here obviously does the animated social media icons. Some people's websites don't match their social media. So they might have a different logo, different icon, different bio. They might have updated something. And they might, for example, they might have updated their bio, but not put it across all their social media. So it's worth going back and making sure everything is up to date. Even the old listings you might have done when you first started the company. You might have a Yale directory that has the wrong web link, for example. So if you do an audit, you'll find that, yeah, there's probably at least a couple of things you could update. Yeah, for me, it's like navy, light blue, and red, try and be personal, professional. And I try and help people, try and give some free information and advice to help people make the first step. So you can see here, yeah, digital marketing for growing your business with the red, the blue, and people sitting around having a coffee and a chat. I've then taken that and put that onto my Facebook, across my social medias, and they're all consistent. They all say the same thing. They all tells people when they go from social media to my site, they have that kind of, that reminder. They know that it's the same thing. So once you've got everything set up and you've done your research and you've kind of got your channels ready, it's about thinking about what success means for you. So do you have a set number of sales, a set number of engagements or leads or meetings? And then over time, you should try and work on that. So if you know you get 50% of your meetings turn into sales, you need to then double the amount of meetings you're having to hit your goals. So again, be realistic, think about, now we've had the biggest challenge because of COVID, and no one could anticipate the changes that did over the past year. But now it's time to think about what's going to happen in June, how people's demands are going to change over the summer. And then again, are there any influences that could affect the results? So if you're working with a client and they might get ill or they might go abroad, they might decide because of Brexit, they want to change where they're operating. So you have to try and if you can, anticipate some of these changes. And then looking at your email opens, clicks, subscribers, unsubs, days of the week, for example. If anyone's doing email marketing, MailerLite is a really good free tool. So MailChimp is good, but MailerLite as an entry point is actually a lot better. And then, just keep monitoring it, keep trying to drive engagement and thinking about what you can do to improve it. And again, I'll leave this all up later so you can just, if it's useful for anyone. So once you've got everything in place and you know what success looks like, there's 3 core elements. You're attract, engage, and delight. So attract is your outreach. This is where you'd start explaining the core of your business, like what makes you tick, really why people should come and work with you. So you got to offer something of value. You got to think about what the customer wants, not what you want. Like listen to them, find out their challenges, and create a marketing piece that resonates with them. So obviously YBC is about bringing together small businesses, and you have to use kind of people's pain points, people's challenges, and focus on that. So identify the problem and find what you're solving and identify your own USP. Ensure your marketing material is consistent and well delivered, and then pick your niche and stick to it. So a lot of therapists, they might offer advice for 10 different specialisms, but when it comes to your marketing, you should only have 1 or 2. So if you're a health person, you might be looking at corporate leavers or mums or the elderly or younger people leaving university, but try and find a niche and find out what works for you. And then build a series of communication. So my marketing guides is like 25 of them. So when someone joins a mailing list, they're going to get them on a regular basis. They're going to have a series of consistent communication that engages with them. And then, if you've got something newsworthy, if you've got a new product, if you've if you're building a product and you have, say, a new drone, you could then build a press release and share that to announce to people what's going on. So this is all about attracting. This is the entry point, getting a stranger to become a prospect. And then once they're a prospect and they know what you are, you need to turn them from that into a paying customer. So that's about building up trust, maybe giving them a demo or consultation, meeting, like taking the time to go and connect with them for them to actually like trust you and buy from you. And again, listen first and build a relationship. I have to really try hard not to do the talking. I'll wait until the customers tell me what they want before I try and tell them what I can do. Think about your entry point. Like, is it a free trial? Do you offer them, I don't know, a half price discount? Or do you go straight in and say that you give them, say, a month for free, for example? Use verified reviews. Google Business is honestly one of the best things we've got at the moment. So when I said analytics and Search Console, Google Business and getting verified reviews is really, really important. And then, if people are busy, try not to disturb them too much. Maybe contact them, wait a week. If you don't hear from them, wait a couple of weeks again, send them a final note, and then leave it at that. So this kind of 1-2-4 rule has worked really well as a way to engage with people without being kind of overbearing, or it's the right balance between both. And then I'm sure most people have heard of CTAs. So it's a call to action. It's an action point on your site or in your marketing. Every piece of marketing should have one single call to action. So rather than saying book now, buy now, get in touch, download something, have one purpose for every message. So once you've attracted them from a stranger to a prospect to a customer, once they bought from you, you need to build that relationship and turn them into a repeat customer. So this is about getting the referrals, recommendations, making someone believe in your company and know that you do good work. So once, maybe check in with them. Once you've delivered a project for them, check in, see how it's going, find out how you can improve it. Always go the extra mile to keep them happy. So again, a single sale is not a success. If someone buys from you once, they can go somewhere else and buy from the next person. But if they come back to you every month, every year, you know you're doing something right. Let's have a look. Semi-regular contact. If you're not doing email marketing, is there a reason why? Like, could you set up a newsletter on your site? Could you give people content or an article or some kind of useful, valuable information? And then take the time to make direct contact. I know, for example, Ted's really good at calling out to us. Like, you might just have a quick chat, 5-minute check-in, and that kind of thing makes a huge difference for small businesses. So you kind of gauge how busy they are if they're homeschooling, but kind of make direct contact. Just be polite and just check in every now and then, see if you can help with anything else. And then, always ask about their business first, their success and their challenges. So those are the 3 things really, is to attract, engage, and delight your customers. And then to kind of pull all that together, I've got a bit of software. It looks at all your marketing channels, whether it's social media, emails, your CRMs, your ads, telecom campaigns. It all sits in one place. So there's one overarching dashboard. And that just means that every month, every couple of months, you don't have to pull everything from different places. It can all sit in one single report and you can work on it in one single channel. If anyone wants to have a look at that, I'm happy to give you a demo. And then I've just put a list of the tools that I've spoken about. Again, Rank Math is for SEO. Shortcut is anyone doing very basic video. Canva's for this is all free software as well. Everything here is free and easy to get set up with. So I can talk through any of these with you afterwards, but it's just basically the complete marketing funnel from start to finish. They're all quite intuitive. You can probably within half an hour get any of these set up on your site. And then kind of as a summary, don't ignore any relationship, even if it's a partner or competitor. If you keep in good communication with them, it might work out. And then again, don't be afraid to test any new activity. If you wanted to try a video or TikTok or Instagram, whatever it is, if you have the resources, give it a try and then gauge if it's worth you investing time into it. And then, always ask yourself, what's the purpose? Like, is the customer really going to care about your new update for your business, or would they care more about the value you can bring for them? And then extend your reach with things like Eventbrite, Meetup, chambers of commerce, local business centers, local universities, enterprise hubs. If you're a business consultant, there's so many different places you can go to reach out to people. Or if you're, a health professional, rather than going direct to GPs, you could then go out to local networking groups. You could find other channels to speak to people. And then finally, ask for feedback. So if someone's happy about the work you've done, maybe ask them for a review or some feedback, or just ask them how it went. And that's it. So this will all be on my site under theoruby.com/news. There's an extended video, there's some extra guides and advice, but it's just about bringing people in a nice way and making sure that you get repeat business.
Thank you, Theo. I have to say, there was so many words I didn't understand. Like, I've never heard about a couple of things. So
that's all there, so you can go and research it as well.
I've never heard about Trello or even Pocket. I know Pinterest. I haven't heard about MailerLite or something. I've never thought.
MailerLite's incredible. If do you want me to go through any of it at all?
I don't know. It depends about our members one. It's not about me, and it's still for me it's double Dutch. But this was interesting. I've got questions for you, but can I just say hello to Angela, who arrived to hear Theo presentation. Angela, will give you a chance a little bit later to do your minute, but we just first take the questions, and I'm going to stop recording. Actually, we can then edit it.